Welcome back. Previously, in our Django middleware series, we've talked about the process exception, which is one of the Django middleware framework hooks that return an exception thrown in your view as a response, as a HTTP response. Simply, it can ignore the error thrown from your view. If you've missed the video again, check out the link on the top right corner to catch up on that video. Now we'll be talking about the process template response. The process template response, as the name suggests, it's return a template response. So this hook is called after the view has finished executing, which means as soon as you issue the request, Django will check if your request is handled by a templates response, and then if you've implemented the process template response in your customized or in your own middleware, Django will process this template response hook. So it's called after the view has finished executing. The signature for the process template response, we do have a request and a response. The response in this case is a template response. The response should be of type template response, and the return that we are expecting from the process template response is the HTTP response. Okay, now let's go to the demo and demonstrate how we can implement the process template response in our async middleware. I'll see you in the demo. Okay, let's demonstrate how we can implement the process template response in our Django middleware. So in the previous video, we've demonstrated how you can implement the process exception, which takes in simply a request and an exception and return the HTTP response or the num to skip an exception thrown from your view. Now, we'll be implementing the process template response. So def process templates response. It takes in the request and the response, and we do return a response. So the process template response is called right after the view, stop executing, and the response in this case should be the template response, because the process template response is responsible for handling any response of type template response. So if we want to customize our process template response, we can do something like if the response is an instance of template response, of course we need to import template response. We do have template response from Django template response, import template response. If that is the case, let's do something like print it is of type template response, else we just print it is not, or we should say something like response is not of type template response. Response is of type template response. Response is now of type template response. Okay, that's all we need. Of course, we want to create our handler that will receive the request and then handle what should be returned as a response. let's go on let's try, we can try our policy. So in our policy, we need to create a new view. We call that template response, which takes in a request. We get a request and a response. So our response should be of type template response. We need to import template response. We do have template response from Django. Template response imports template response. The constructor for template response takes in a request, a template. In this case, we use our base HTML template, and the contextual data. So we got our contextual data, some data, and we return our response. Very simple. That's our contextual response. We can, let's name the my templates handler. Yeah. Let's go on the URL. Previously, we talked about the policy HTML templates. Now we need to import my template handler and then pass it as a handler in our URL. That's all we need. Now we gotta run the server and test it. Python manage run server. Okay, let's check it out. Localhost 8000 v1. We are on policy. Policy home. Okay, that's our chunk of HTML from the base templates. So this response is of type or template response. As you can see on our log here, no, it cannot send the email, which means we don't have a property in our function. We don't have a property name can send the email, because on our process view, we've customized that a little bit now, because since we're expecting some view to be of type function and some of them to be of class-based view, so we've customized. If you've not yet watched the video on process view, check out the link above, and you can customize that so we can proceed on process template response. So yeah, and next on the line we see the responses of type template response. Yeah, to confirm that home is different than policies. Policy is not of template response, and we can see we got a message response is not of type template response. Very simple. Yeah, that's the way we can implement the process template response. Takes in a request and the response should be of type template response, and you can inject some of the you can even grab the contextual data from your response if your response is of template response, and customize your response in your middleware. I'll see you in the next one.